Moses, when he was given the promised land, he said that God told him that, listen, here is the promised land. I'll bring you my like angel to take you there. It's all there. Like, you have to go this way. My like angel's gonna be there. He was promised paradise, quote unquote. But he said, God, if you're not going, I'm not going to no place. I don't care about this paradise. I don't care how like amazing that it looks. I'm not going unless you are with me. Moses actually desired God over these treasures because he saw that God had more value than these treasures. If you go to paradise and God is not there, would you be happy? If your answer is yes, you have to question your heart as to what you're actually chasing after. In the perfect eyes of God, the acts that we do absolutely nothing. I could go out to the world right now and feed 10,000 souls in one day. God is not going to see me as this holy child because I've done these good things. Because in his eyes, even if I have a speck of sin, I'm not foreign. Even if you're not a Christian, or if you're a Christian, almost the entire world knows that Jesus Christ forgives. Hebrews chapter 2 verses 18, it says that Christ himself suffered in temptation. Christ. Put us into perspective. God in the flesh, who is holy, was so subdued by the powers of the flesh that he suffered in temptation. He never sinned, but he suffered in temptation. That means every single temptation that the world has ever dealt with or will ever deal with, Christ dealt with. But he's God in the flesh. But what we don't see is that same power, that same grace that he has to forgive, he has given us that same power to overcome our sin. But too many times we think that we're trying to fight our sins ourselves. Like, we actually don't believe that we have a supernatural power or some kind of thing inside of us helping us to overcome these sins.
Your thing was to kill sin. Like, is that goal possible?
The foundation of destroying it is faith. I legitimately believe that, like, from this point forward, I can't sin. I will never do it again. I sincerely believe that. But then it was crazy because, like, the way I was defeating like the hardest temptations, I was just destroying them. Like, it was like I was getting tempted like I was never before. Because I actually believed that, like, I cannot sin. Like, there was this faith in me that, like, that there's a power that I can to like overcome this. I was laughing as the temptations came. I'm like, this is nothing.
You're my younger brother, and when that was happening, it was scary. It was scary because I called Chris randomly. I'd be like, there's a glow around Phil, and I'm kind of scared to approach his room. He really told me, he's like, Dave, like, because he ran into my room before he linked Chris, and he's just like, Dave, like, I get it. Like, I get the gospel. Like, I get it. Like, it's a decision. Christ says, if you believe in me, you do have power. And he literally decided that, like, Christ is in me. Temptation in front of me. I have power. I'm not gonna sin. And he carries on. And at that point, the enemy gets mad. And he will throw even more and more things.
Wow.
But as the enemy's throwing more and more things, he realizes, like, the war is not physical. Like, everything is spiritual. Like, you know what I mean? As everybody has been saying that you have to know the word. We have to go back to the word. You have to understand that the word is battling the spirit, not the flesh. You get what I'm saying? Everything that is taking place is not because of your own act, but it's because of the spirit. It is things that take place in the spirit that allow you to fall a day or two after. It's not things in the spirit take place before the physical. You feel what I mean? The word is actually a real thing, and that was a real testament because it was literally a 360 switch up with this guy. Like, it was so scary. And when I seen him in that position, that was when I was just like, okay, what am I really saying? What am I really saying right now? Like, and just to go off that too, like, guys, at the end of the day, we do have tactics to kill off sin. We do have tactics to, like, get closer to God. But honestly, it's a desire, and nobody puts that desire in you. Like, I've been in a position where it's like, I'm in the midst of my sin, and I know I'm sinning, and I know that if Christ was to come now, I'd go to hell, but I'm still gonna sin anyway. That right there is my desire to continue in sin. So literally, if you really want to get to know God in that sense, pray for the desire. Like, do you want to go to heaven, or do you want to get to where God is, or is it just because the people around you are saying, if you know God, you know, you're not gonna suffer all eternity? Like, it's just a decision at the end of the day, ultimately.